So today's topic, before I introduce the topic for today, I want to let you know how I came across this topic, right? So when it comes to relationship or marriage or love or anything, there's this question everybody asks themselves, and this question is, will this work? Basically, when you go for the first date, you're asking yourself, like, will this go beyond the first date? If you're seeing somebody and then decide to go exclusive, you're asking yourself, will this work? Would this go beyond, this, will this exclusivity work, basically? And then if you do, I say basically a lot. And then when you get engaged, is will this work? So that question comes up a lot. When it comes to the question, will this work? There are different ways that different people do answer this question. So I've met the people that answer this question, will it work, by looking at the horoscope. So there are some people that you meet and they're like, well, I'm an Aquarius. I can't be with a Taurus because they're very stubborn, so it won't work. So that's their means of answering the question, will this work? And then you have people, I have a friend that's an atheist, and then we used to talk about that a lot before he got married, and then he would always find his own answer to that question, will this work, by asking the quote-unquote logical questions. So he would always ask the person he was dating, like, if we had an argument, like, what's your mode of, solving it? You always have arguments and disagreements when it comes to relationships. So how are you going to sort that? Because that's when most people do pull out, right? So that's when most people pull out, when they have arguments or disagreements. That's when people call it quits. So the reason why that question is important is, like, if you have an argument, what would be your, way to solve it? And when it comes to the question, will this work? There are different ways that different people do answer this question. So that's why this topic today is on Ishtikara. Just felt the need to define or explain what Ishtikara is. An Ishtikara for marriage is you just seeking divine guidance towards, an important decision like marriage. Marriage, of course, is very important. So an Ishtikara for marriage is you seeking divine guidance, like, will this work? So it still answers the same question. So I don't have a lot of knowledge towards Ishtikara, not just because I'm a Christian. If you asked me then in the past, like, how should I perform an Ishtikara for marriage? I would tell you, go meet an imam or an alpha and let them perform the Ishtikara for you. I really didn't even have an idea of what it really meant. When you go to an alpha or imam, well, in Nigeria, they would probably ask you for, like, the name of the spouse, maybe when they were born, the mother's name, the details they would ask you for, right? So it makes sense that they're guiding you through performing the Ishtikara yourself, because at the end of performing an Ishtikara, right, you expect to have, like, dreams or signs and stuff. Depends on what a person believes. So some people might believe it's like dreams, and I believe more it's for signs. The way she asked the question, I felt like her question was more of, if my Ishtikara doesn't go in the way I want it to go, because you kind of still have your heart set in a way, right? Would she go on with it, And then I'm like, you have to ask yourself that question. I can't answer that question for you. If you go ahead with an Ishtikara and it goes towards, the positive signs, like you keep moving and everything is going on great, I mean, you'll be happy because that's what you wanted, right? But then, are you ready for the other side? Things are not as easy. So you're seeing the obstacles. So you're like, maybe this isn't what Allah wants for me. Are you prepared to actually say, I'm going to call it quits? Or are you going to go ahead with it? And I did this video because I wanted people that have more knowledge on this to let us know if you've ever done an Ishtikara for marriage, or if you do know someone that done an Ishtikara for marriage. Like, let us know how it went and all that, so other people can be well informed.